stood rungs above him in the status hierarchy, Trump did not offer the killer's stare. Instead, he allowed the corners of his mouth to turn up ever so slightly, which deepened the crow's feet that framed his eyes. He then offered a wave to the president. Trump could take a joke. Afterward, he took pains to seem unperturbed and spoke as if he had achieved something by gaining the president's notice. "I was actually very honored by the way I was treated," said Trump. "They treated me with great respect. They joked and they clowned, but I was the topic of conversation, and that's perhaps not so bad." In one way or another, Donald Trump has been a topic of conversation in America for almost 40 years. No one in the world of business, not Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, or Warren Buffett, has been as famous as Trump for as long. First associated with high-profile real estate development in 1970s Manhattan, his name soon became synonymous with success defined by wealth and luxury. Placed on skyscrapers, casinos, and commercial airliners, the name Trump, usually spelled in gold-colored capital letters, became a true personal brand that connected one man to a seemingly endless number of offerings. In time, it would be stamped on hotel rooms, furniture, neckties, meat, almost anything that might be sold as high quality, high cost, and high class. The kind of class Trump sought to deliver was defined not by social standing, but by cash. Eagerly catering to the nouveau riche and the aspiring, he dismissed those who belonged to what he called the Lucky Sperm Club, while glossing over that he had been born into one of the wealthiest families in the country. Trump cast himself as the everyman's rich friend, who shunned high society except when it was helpful to sell expensive apartments. In such cases, he dropped the role of the anti-snob and readily referenced the Astors, Whitneys, Vanderbilts, and other blue bloods of a bygone age. It was understood, however, that he brandished these names out of commercial interest and that his heart was really aligned with middle America. These were the people who followed him on TV, bought his products, and might even give him their votes, should he ever get off the fence and actually run for office. Today, according to the best available data, 96% of Americans recognize the name Donald Trump, but most don't like him. Henry Schaefer, of the firm that defines celebrities with its Q-score ratings, called Trump the quasi-celebrity people love to hate. In 2014, 61% of those polled in Trump's hometown of New York City viewed him unfavorably. Comedians find him an irresistible target. Jon Stewart, the former host of the long-running satirical news program The Daily Show, routinely jabbed Trump, calling him, among other things, fuckface von Clownstick. The television host and comedian Bill Maher famously offered Trump $5 million if he could prove he wasn't the spawn of his mother having sex with an orangutan. The level of commentary offered by Stewart and Maher says much about the rancor of our age. It's hard to imagine Mark Twain requiring the censor's bleeps that accompanied Stewart's rants. Of course, Twain may never have met anyone quite like Trump. Gleefully aggressive, Trump looks for opportunities to take offense and then wrestle a supposed enemy into the gutter. When Stewart offered a generic juvenile taunt, Trump replied in a deeply personal way, asking, "If he is so above it all and legit, why did he change his name from Jonathan Leibowitz? He should be proud of his heritage. Jon Stewart at The Daily Show is a total phony. He should cherish his past, not run from it." After Maher's comment, Trump filed a $5 million lawsuit. Although he eventually dropped it, the filing required a court's attention at taxpayer expense and a defense by Maher. But even as he appeared to his critics, Trump's views and bully persona made him exceedingly popular with people who believed he represented important ideals, especially the American promise of success represented by great wealth. His image was amplified as he hosted a TV game show.